did it! I'm back, and I'm styling. He has even a pretty good garb, too. Well, we've made it back to the Somniel. I am so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be here. Oh, this feels good. Oh, we need to grab...
I'll be here.
We don't have any iron? We have
I'll be
120 iron. So those battles have kind of taught me a couple things. First, that I should be a lot more cautious in combat. That life without emblems is terrible. Maybe that's the psychological message. That life without Fire Emblem is terrible. And it's just a bleak and depressing mess as life oppresses you and sends more and more people after you until you put more Fire Emblem in your life. But honestly, I really like... Good old horse maneuver. I really like the implementation of Lucina and how her role fits into, like... It's like a minor thing. But like her whole story is that she's a descendant of the hero King Marth. And she did some time travel shenanigans because her future was basically ruined. And she went back in time to try to prevent it from happening. And to hide herself from everyone else, she went by the pseudonym Marth. And she had like a mask on. And it was an Awakening, which is like the best game, like the game that saved the series. Oh, your affection is down, buddy. Let's feed you some... You want some sardines? I'll give you a salmon instead. Salmon is the best type of fish. It's not really a hard take or anything like that. It's just truth. Oh, you didn't like the salmon? Alright, we'll give you a pet, maybe? There you go. You gotta keep your affection rating up, man. But like, so when she talks about hope, oh, we gotta talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for reminding me of this holy place. I cannot wait to explore its beauty. I'm so glad Kagetsu's on our side. He just seemed like just a solid unit whenever we fought him. And in the right hands, I think he can just become a monster. Spirit gem. So, but yeah, so like her game was all about retreating and stepping back and saving the future essentially. And I think that fits a lot of what's happening right now in the storyline. I just wasn't expecting such... the game up to this point has seemed very gimmicky. It's like, ooh, come see all your Fire Emblem characters as ghost apparitions and stuff like that. Should I talk to you? Does it add to our notebook? We fought for the Fell Dragon, but for now, maybe in here. Right here for you? Okay. You have the notebook then,
Thank you.
If you allow me to be here, I only hope Hortensia can also see this site one day. There we go. So yeah, so when she was saying it, it really kind of hit home. Lyn, not so much. Lyn is a lord that a lot of people know really well because she was one of the first. She's one of the first She's one of the first lords in the Fire Emblem games that came out in the West, which was Blazing Blade, Binding Blade. I think it was the Binding Blade. And there was a whole like prequel. She kind of taught you how to play a Fire Emblem. It worked out pretty well.
Listen.
Once we go to the safe straight for Somme, I won't disgrace father. Okay, we already got his thing done. Let's go and travel or train. So everyone that wasn't with us, Jean, Citrine, Jade. You remember when Yunaka was over-leveled? And now she's behind everyone? Oh yeah, Amber, you're on the bench. Lapis, I think that you're on the bench. I don't think there's a spot for you, really. Which is too bad. I got you that killing edge +2. I might still level you up off stream. And then we have Celine and Anna and Vander. Alfred, you're pretty close. Let's have you try it out.
Alfred has arrived!
Let's try not to hurt each other, okay?
Alright, you should have this, Alfred. It's gonna take you a bit longer than you need.
It's been an honor sparring with you.
Whew, I worked up a pretty good sweat.
But you did have a javelin. Dex, speed, and luck. Some speed and dex would be really good on you. Your chance to hit and your speed is your lower points. Damn it. You're really defensive? I don't know, you're just like a solid unit all around. You're like a less level up Kagetsu, honestly. Let's see if we can do that.
I won't go easy on you, just because we're allies.
Clanne, Divine Dragon Fan Club co-founder!
Oh, you're gonna get this.
Oh, I'm lost.
Thank you for sparring with me.
Speed and defense, pretty good. Theme of child violence continues, because both characters we picked were beating up on the small children of the party. I mean, let's throw Louis in there. He's level 13, so he's a little behind everyone else right now.
I am Louis, Royal Knight of Firene.
I am here.
Oh, you're gonna get defeated.
No!
Not even close.
Oh dear! I'm ashamed to have underestimated you.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. Like that wasn't gonna help any. Ooh, but we got a support conversation out of it. I'm good with that. But yeah, Lyn was the Lord in the Binding Blade, which was a prequel to the Blazing Blade, and yes, there was like a 6 or 7 chapter prequel that you played with. It was called Lyn's Root, I think, cheekily, and it just got everyone involved. It taught everyone about Fire Emblem, and it was good for Fire Emblem, and she was a good lord. She did a lot of damage. She was like a sword master, and so she had a high dodge and a high hit, and she fell off later in the game, but you didn't really know that she did. Really, you still used her a lot, and she was like an optional character at that point anyway. All right. Let's take a look at our inventory. I don't need a tomahawk. But you know who could use a tomahawk? Boucheron. I don't need a slim lance. Ooh, I have a Draco shield. Oh, and also in Chapter 10, I did miss a treasure chest. I did look it up after the fact, and I'm missing an Elfire, so I could have had an Elfire on Ivy, and I could have had an Elfire on someone, say, like Clanne or Celine. And so that's kind of a bummer. We'll deposit the Iron Dagger. 2 defense. Well, let's keep an eye on who we want to use 2 defense on. Let's see. On Fuath, honestly, it wouldn't be too bad. He'd still be a pretty good unit. Boucheron's defense is fine. Chloe, we've already invested some stat-up items into. Oh, and we have an energy drop too, which is 2 strength. Louis doesn't need it. Damn it, doesn't need it. Fram's defense is actually 9, that's not bad. Etie should never get hit. Alcryst should never get hit. You're a decent well-rounded unit with a strong magic stat. And your defenses are super high. Jade's is 18. It's no 22. We're still looking to use Yunaka as well. She has some level ups that she can get. Oh yeah, Vander's probably fallen way off. Like, he's a promoted unit, but his defense is only 11. That's nothing. Like, that's Boucheron has that defense now. And attack, the Boucheron has more attack with a hand axe. So, Vander has officially fallen behind. That's a bummer. You don't really need a steel axe. And Boucheron has so many weapons at his disposal. A 93 hit. And a 7 speed. Jeez. I mean, what's the build got to be on that to take it down? It's got to be like they've got to be really, really heavy, and his build is what, like 12? So he can heft these things pretty well. It's just a matter like these things are not accurate at all. Like if you look at the javelin, like that's like 127. Her dex is 18. His dex is 15. And like, I guess he has fair fight, so his doesn't count really. But like Etie has 14, and she hits nearly everything that she hits nearly everything. We are going to put the energy drop on Alfred, because Alfred could use that. He just doesn't. He's never really hit hard enough with his lances. So we're gonna give him a little bit of a boost there, and we're gonna give him a really good weapon to really let him shine against the enemies that we're facing right now. As for defense, we often find Chloe tanking because of her high HP. She's able to take a decent amount of hits. You're not gonna need that surge. You're not gonna need that killer axe. But honestly, Boucheron, I could probably use that killer axe better. Yeah. Better than a tomahawk. Like, that tomahawk hits really hard, but the chance it hits really low already. And axes are already really low. Like, nothing's over 100 with any of this stuff. And that killer axe is a 37% chance to crit. I mean, that's really, really good. I'm gonna use it on Fuath. He just hasn't been getting any. He hasn't been getting any good level ups with defense. And since he's the main lord, we want to make sure that he is sturdy. There we go. 10 defense. 10 defense makes him pretty solid enough. He's got really good avoid, but now if he misses an avoid, he's going to be really good there. Let's take a... We're going to take a look at the map now. Can we donate to it? We can donate to Elusia. I wonder how that works with us, them being the enemy, essentially. Ooh, there's an iris owl and a deer we can adopt? That's really cool. Companion packs for immediate rewards. Interesting. Well, I don't technically have any gold left. I'm actually like 3,000 gold in the hole from with the DLC stuff that I said I wouldn't jump into. So let's, as we look at all the new sprites we have there. Okay, neat. So that's got to be Lucina, and that's got to be Lynn. No, that's got to be That's got to be Lucina, and that's got to be Lynn. The green Lynn is associated. Ooh. How does that? Oh, that's the bracelet. That's the DLC bracelet. And then that's the DLC bracelet as well. Okay. So we have Fuath and Lucina. I think I'm gonna keep the. I know that I had the Three Houses ring on Fuath, but I think story-wise it makes sense to have Lucina on for right now, so I'm gonna keep that. Boucheron, we can switch him back to the Tiki bracelet that he had,
Tiki!
Leave it to me.
which we took off for story reasons, unquote. Then the next question is, who do we put the Three Houses ring on? Ooh, and we can get some Lucina. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some bond rings here too. So what Edelgard does is they have combat arts, and they attack with like a axe, a spear, and a bow, pretty much all at the same time. I think there's more bonus. There's a bonus if you're an armored unit. Is that how that works? Oh no, it changes based on what unit type you are. Okay, it's like a frontline weapon, and you need someone with a lot of dexterity, with a large hit to actually make use of it. Chloe has like 18 dex. Frem has the next amount of dex. Alcryst has a decent amount of dex, but he shouldn't be getting up close with an axe. I could put it on Kagetsu. What's the type bonus with that? There's not a type bonus. So it's covert is the item there. Okay. I mean, Amir hits really hard, and it has a decent crit, but it's a weapon that requires you need to have defense to use because you're gonna get hit first. And I think that Alfred's the right guy for it. This will up his strength a little bit more, and his dex and his defense, and so he'll be more of a solid frontline unit.
Edelgard.
We shall win.
And then we're going to open up some bond rings here. And we can only create bond rings with the rings that we have. But I know these games better, so I should be able to comment about how cool they are. On who we're getting. So this is going to be Tharja, who's a fan favorite character, because she's obsessed with the player character in that game. Oh, is that a gold ring? Severa. Strength, speed, and defense. That's a really good ring. And Severa is probably another big fan favorite character. She's like very she's a child in that game. Like she's in the child generation. Oh, Owain. Owain's a really good one too. All his support conversations are like are using like quotes like critical hit or blazing blade. Like he says all the names of the games as like his attacks. He's a very in-joke character, but he's also really egotistical. But like, this game has two, like a child generation and a adult generation, and all the children in it they come from a future where all the parents died in a terrible war, and they come back in time to try to save everyone. And they all have psychological tics or flaws. Like Severa's is that she acts all grumpy and arrogant, but she has she has no confidence in herself because her mother was perfect in her eyes. And her mother kind of was that way. Owain, in the same way, was he acts out a lot because he's sad that he didn't have his mother growing on with him. Lisa being his mother, and Lisa is one of the princesses of whatever kingdom there was. Well, not Altea. Cordelia is Severa's mother, and her all support conversation was like, yeah, I do this perfectly, and she does it effortlessly, and like people get mad at her for it, and she feels bad. But we kind of all know someone like that who can just do things effortlessly, perfectly all the time. Yeah, and Tharja is a parent character, and she meets your main character. Is that another golden ring? Morgan. Oh, that's really good. Morgan is the child of your player character, and since you can customize your player character, and you can also make them a man or a woman, depending on what you choose, you can have a son or a daughter, but they're both named Morgan, and so that's why you see 2 Morgans there. That's really cool. Gold Rings. Awakening really is the game that revived the franchise. And another Morgan there. Another golden Severa ring. Oh, those Severa rings are going to be really good. And we're going to redistribute a couple of those rings for that. Oh, that's really good. Let's go ahead and create some from Lynn. I haven't played this one in a long time, but it had some really good story beats to it. Oh, this is Dorcas. Lynn's game is the one with Dorcas. I mean, he's Dorcas. Possibly the greatest Fire Emblem character ever. Rebecca is the archer, and she's an archer. There wasn't really much to her. Then there was Sarah, and Sarah was one of the healers, and she was confident and wanted to get out there and everything like that. Ooh, a gold Rebecca. We're getting really lucky with our rolls today. Hector. No, Hector's a beast. In fact, I think that one of the DLC armbands and bracelets is Hector. So after you beat Lynn mode, you can then choose to go the Eliwood route or the Hector route. And there's not really a difference story-wise, other than like the first chapter is a little bit different. And then Hector mode is harder. But Hector's a lord that uses axes, and axes just do a lot of damage. And Hector, as the main lord, can hit pretty consistently. Matthew is the thief. He's not as good as the thieves in this game. That's would help the game if you give me a different person to talk about. Like Florina, the Pegasus Knight. The early game Pegasus Knight, which follows the same archetype that Chloe is kind of filling for us right now, except we buffed Chloe a lot. And Jafar. Oh, Jafar was an assassin. I think he was sent to kill... Like, he worked for the enemy for a long time, and then you managed to talk him into your side. Then Eliwood. Eliwood is the other lord, is Hector's counterpart. So it's Eliwood and Hector are kind of going around, and they're searching for Eliwood's father. And eventually, the next sequel game, Eliwood is Roy's dad, which is why the hair looks similar there. Neat. Now let's do our favorite thing, and let's polish some bracelets. And some rings. Lynn is being held by Ivy.
Make it sparkle.
Yeah.
Thanks again. See you next time.
Interesting ring. Just a solid gold band. Lynn is from a country called Sakea of the Nomads, so it makes sense that the ring is simplistic. With the gem in the middle, I think that's fairly typical of Sakea. I can't really comment more on that. Lucina, we don't have to polish. Probably because we didn't activate her. We didn't engage with her in the last battle.
I'm kinda sleepy. I can't watch.
So I guess this applies for every time that they engage, and we engaged twice.
Wow.
With
You're
TK.
an expert at this.
So that's why we got to polish it twice. That makes sense. And then we'll jump into and polish for Claude. And Alfred has that now, I think.
Great, it's finally my turn. How does it look? All shiny and new?
Alrighty. Actually, I wanted to check one thing. Eventually, when we inherit skills from Lucina, because we can't inherit from anyone else right now. Okay, so we can only get to level 9 with them too right now. Dexterity, with chance to hit. The dual assist is the chain attacking. Bow agility. So I don't know why Lucina would have bow agility. That's a weird ability to have on her. But dexterity makes sense. Lynn has speed, which is really good. Speed Taker grants stacking +2 speed each time the unit initiates combat and defeats a foe. Bonus lasts for the rest of the battle. Oh, that's really good. I really like that. That's way better than just dual assist, I think. Oh man, that's so good. What's this? If the unit is able to chain attack, unit will do so when allies attack foes unit can reach by moving. Trigger 35%. So there's a 35% chance, a 1 in 3 chance, that Fuath standing around somebody, if he could walk up to them, they'll just get a random chain attack. That's kind of neat. It's nothing really that you can rely on, but it's kind of neat. It's really cool. Let's look at rings. We're going to give you one of the Sphere rings. Because that's just really good. And then we're going to give Diamant the other one. Kagetsu. Dex and speed and luck. You don't really need that. That's like your bread and butter. That's what you're really good at. I mean, strength and defense is pretty good. We can give you an Arden ring. And then Zelkov. Resin luck. I guess you're a thief that's not going to be good against mages. Whereas Yunaka is. I don't think you even need more speed, really. Strength and luck, though, is pretty good. I'll give you that. Alright, everyone has a ring. I really felt that. I really felt that when they came to help. When Ivy came to help with her retainers. Just like how hopeless it was, because once the 4 hounds came out, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I can't handle that. And then some of the reinforcements at the bottom too. I was just like, how am I going to deal with that effectively? And it turns out the units weren't too tough, but it was something. Oh, wait a second. There are 3 activities we have to do. I should get a list and just like sticky note it to my computer so I know exactly what I need to do on the Somniel. Get equipment. I still gotta forge weapons too. Okay. Let's go to the forge. Okay. So we buffed up Alfred, so I'd really like to buff the Wodao that we have. We could up the crit chance by 5 and the weapon strength up. So, that's not a very powerful sword. But he has a steel sword. And we can up that by 2 just with 50, which is not bad at all. We can up the hit to 90, and then with him attacking, that's like 105 to hit on that. That's not even including whatever his dex is to kind of add bonus to it. Or we could try to turn it into a silver sword, 11 sword, which is not going to help him very much. Or a Wodao. Well, we can give him the killing edge of Lapis, and that's probably going to perform better. Arguably, that'll probably hit more. Like how? Like this goes only up to 10 with 35. I mean, that goes up to 14 with 40, but the hit chance is still 75, so it's always going to be a little bit harder to land that final hit. But we could do it. We have enough steel for it. 13. This just ups it the damage. It just ups the damage. That's insane. And there's like 47 for... That's a lot. I mean, we could just get the liberation up, and then we wouldn't have to worry about Fuath's damage anymore. Although he does really good damage already. Yeah, that might be why Alfred's not hitting very hard, because he has that iron lance. And that steel lance just hasn't done enough hit. And it's not going to do a whole lot of hit, really. We can get up to plus 11. I think that's the safe bet. But I did say we should do it over here. And I still agree that we should probably give him something better. I kept the Wout out on him just because of the chance to crit. If he wasn't able to double, then might as well just give him that. A 5% chance to crit isn't going to be... It's going to take him up to 23, so he'll hit it like 1 in 5 times. It will be a crit. And he has enough strength on him that he can make use of that Wout now. And if he's ever off the map, we can just transfer the 1 Wout out between the two of them. Or we could just up the Still Sword. That 11 might is just much more useful.
I'll be here.
Oh, I bet we got new costumes too because we unlocked Illusion, right? Yeah. Alright, so... there's the... I guess we already have the Frost set. The Emerald set. Ooh. Looks pretty neat. Fine garments lined with thick fleece to keep out wind and snow. Kind of makes it look like a winter coat. The Spruce set, which makes him look kind of mage-like with a scarf. The Wild set, which is the same way, but with alpaca wool. It looks a little... The striped shirt looks weird. The Sundew set, which makes him look dapper. Like that. And thick specs, so I can look like a professor. I think I like the style right there, as it is. New goods in stock. Alright, what do we got? Ooh, we got 2 physics. We got Restore, which will restore status ailments. A Freeze, a Silence, 3 Obstructs, Antitoxins. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Ooh, and we have Second Seals and Master Seals. So Second Seals will let you change classes to different classes in the same tier. Or reset it if you want to level up through again. I don't know if I really want to do that, but switching classes might be something that we can look into. But again, technically, I have no DLC money. Be dipping further into DLC money. But I can sell a ton of these Slim Lances. And I can sell Compact Axe. And I can sell these Surges I'm not going to need. I already have a free staff in there. Don't need an Initiate Art. And then these are the stat of items that I haven't used. I have 1 secret book I can use, which I probably should use as well. And I think I have a talisman. I think I got one of those too, which is 2 res. Novice books, and these books, yeah, they're DLC. Oh, we didn't give you Naka and Amber Ring.
Do come again.
We will deal with that when it comes to it.
Well, hey there.
And then what do we have here? Killing Edge, Armor Slayer, Rider's Bane. Well, we need to get some Rider's Banes and some Great Lances. Not really Great Lances. I don't really like the the thing where they can't double. And how they're just, like, they do a ton of damage. 14 is a lot. But like an Iron Great Axe is 18 damage. That's insane. But it can't follow up, so you're always just going to do 1 big hit rather than 2 smaller hits. And those are always more consistent. Oh, and we can get a Killer Bow. And some Steel Daggers. And we can buy an Elfire, so we're not out of the woods yet. Okay, that's good.
Take care.
And there's another item that spawned here, or I just kept missing it the first and second, third, and fourth times. But I have tons of steel and I'm getting some silver, but I'm not getting a lot of iron. It might be time that I change up what I do with my pets here. I think the time of day is changing every time I go into and I leave a place. Okay, but I think that's all I can do pretty much without... Oh, yeah. Let's go to the pool. And I don't want to support Amber. I want to support Etie. She's the character I've invested a lot. I've done a lot of kill investing into, so I'd like to see that come to fruition. I like Etie and Alfred as well. And Clanne and Fram, I don't want to... I'll do it. I want to see how the support conversation goes. So we'll just do all of these really quick. We'll just skip to results, because these scenes aren't super in-depth. And we got Etie and Alfred support conversation. That's great. So we will go up here. And we could cook, I suppose. And look, it's Lapis cooking.
Making time. Come on in.
Hope you're hungry, because I can cook up just about anything. Let's up our supports. Let's eat with Boucheron, because let's face it, he's turned around immensely. He now hits reliably enough, and he hits hard enough. And who else can we support with? We can support with Alfred, and so that's something that all three of us can do. And, ooh. Strength, speed, and res. Strength, speed, and res. I think we're gonna go with baked potato. Like, chicken tomato curry sounds great, but I have the ingredients for a baked potato. We're gonna put some potatoes in it, which is good because we need a potato. Milk and beans with a rare vegetable. It's gonna be delicious.
Okay, just leave it to me. These expensive ingredients make me so nervous. I didn't waste a single scrap of food on this one.
Hey, that's not bad.
Kind of refreshing, in fact.
A solid meal to build solid muscles.
And he had no more dialogue for me to say. Rank B, if Brodian also get magic +1, which...
Here, I made you a to-go meal. Hope you like it.
Alright, Lapis' meal obtained. Neat. Alright, now that we have our support conversations unlocked, we'll go to the room, we'll watch the support conversations, we'll take a look at the map, and we might just call it there for tonight, honestly. Let's check out the supports. And we're gonna go with... I'm gonna save up to Alcryst. I'm excited for that one. We'll go Boucheron first.
Are you all right there, Divine One?
Boucheron? Why do you ask?
Oh, I just thought you seemed a little worn out.
Ouch. You noticed? I am feeling sort of sluggish.
That's not good. You're eating 3 meals a day, I hope?
Yes. I don't think my diet is the issue.
Well then, how about your sleep?
About the usual.
So you're eating and sleeping fine, but you still feel groggy. It could be stress.
You think so?
I wouldn't be surprised. Going to war is stressful for anyone. What have you been doing as stress relief?
Nothing. It hadn't even occurred to me. Why? What do you do?
I have several ways to blow off steam. Like going up a mountain alone and spending some quiet time fishing.
Wow. That does sound relaxing.
Would you like to join me sometime? The alone part of it is optional. Really?
Yes, I would love that. Please, come get me the next time you head out.
Aw, he's gonna take the Divine Dragon fishing. See, he is a good guy.
Divine One, watch out! There's a wolf!
What? Where?
Mr. Wolf, please go away. Leave the Divine Dragon alone. I beg you. It isn't listening to me. No choice. I'll have to get serious.
That pose. Is he about to bow in apology like the incident at the border?
Mr. Wolf, I'm so sorry. I'm sure that my apologies will enrage you further, to the point you might devour me. And if I wind up in your stomach, my allies may waste days looking for me. But I must persist. Please, though I have no right to make this request, I ask you to go home. I'm begging you.
The wolf is actually turning away. Incredible.
There it goes. Thank goodness you're all right, Divine One.
Thank you, Alcryst. I'm glad you're okay too. That was a risky move.
Think nothing of it. Your life is worth far more than mine, so I just did what needed to be done.
No. My life, your life, everyone's lives. None of us are above anyone else.
You're right, Divine One. Looks like I've fallen short yet again. The Divine Dragon's radiance should lighten my mood, but I've managed to darken it instead. I sincerely apologize. I should leave.
What? Alcryst, wait! Wow, he's so fast.
Begging a wolf not to attack you. It's bound to work every time. I hear experts say that. Alcryst didn't disappoint. Alright, our first support with Ivy, with Louis, the T-Man.
Louis,
Yes, Princess Ivy?
you always seem so cheerful. Is there some particular reason for it?
No, this is simply my default expression.
How curious. It may be due to my own reservedness that your demeanor leaves such an impression on me.
It's true, now that you mention it, that I haven't seen much cheer in you. And what a sight that would be to see.
What are you suggesting?
I have a keen eye for observing the way people socialize, you see.
This is not reassuring.
Which is why I was so powerfully struck by the idea of seeing you in such a context. The Princess Ivy among dear friends, wearing a wide grin. What a captivating thought.
I will thank you not to cast me for any role in your imaginary theater.
The first step is to figure out what you might have cause to celebrate. I think it may help if you accompany me for a time.
Your dedication to your goals, off-putting as they may be, is impressive. Very well, Louis of Firenze. If your ambition is to make me smile, I invite you to do your best.
My best is all I can do, Princess Ivy.
Wholeheartedly? Wholesome. It was wholesome. I just want to make you smile. Do your best. Your best is all I can. Yeah, I ship that too. We're going to be having Louis and Ivy spend a lot of time shoveling manure at the horse stable, if you know what I mean. What I mean is that we're going to grant some support conversations. All right, Etie and Alfred.
You're sure about this?
Extremely. You're not leaving until you've drank every drop of my new and improved muscle stimulant.
Well, anything for strength.
That's the spirit. I put a lot of research into this one. I guarantee you'll see results.
It's great news. Thanks for putting so much effort into this. It's just... you couldn't have done anything about the smell?
Sorry, you'll have to hold your nose. It was unavoidable with all the different ingredients I used.
Like, what exactly?
In researching this drink, I interviewed a lot of hard bodies. I found out their favorite foods so I could mix them all into one potent stew.
All of them? At once?
Well, all of those plus a few other things I thought might help.
And how does it taste?
Couldn't tell you. I haven't tried it.
Unbelievable. You waited until I could try it first before having any for yourself? I'm touched, Etie.
It's all part of the job.
Aw. I'm ashamed to have been so nitpicky over little things like taste and smell. I want you to know how grateful I am, Etie. Bottoms up. To strength.
To strength. Well, what did you think?
One thing's for sure. It's not fit for human consumption.
I was afraid of that.
Call my expectations subverted. It was setting up for the whole, like, oh, well, that can't be, that's not going to be good. I'm not going to eat that. So you're saying that you haven't tried it yet? And then he immediately became excited again. I mean, how cool is that? Alright, and now for the second best part after ring cleaning. Who is going to randomly wake us up in a creepy fashion?
Quietly, quietly. Don't want to wake the Divine Dragon yet. Time to clean the room while I can. Hey, maybe I'll decorate too. Flowers fit for a Divine Dragon. I'll set some here and here. How long have you been awake? No, I'm just doing some cleaning. Sorry.
Okay. I feel like we've had Clanne wake us up a couple times. He has. That is the third wake up we have with Clanne. And we're bound to get more. There are so many wake up events. And Clanne is the one that was waking up the most. Neat. Alright, so let's take a look at the world map.